Hello, 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 everyone. Thomas. You guys are watching drawing, illustrations, and art, blah, blah, blah. And I started a new sketchbook, like really fresh and everything, and whatnot. This is some thumbnails for a project called Sleeping Giants. And so on and so forth. And I thought I'd just show these before we get started. I got about 30 minutes and whatnot. I did not decide to go with this one though. I did like 30, almost 30 thumbnails. And whatnot. And then these are the last two pages. I actually like these pages, so I'm probably just going to let you look at them for a little bit. The big camera should be in focus. I have a camera on my phone for TikTok going, and a camera here, and so on and so forth. So these are 5x5 because the 6x6 sheets that I have get a 0.5 border around the edges placed on them when I tape them and so forth. I did not have room to thumbnail this stuff and whatnot. I don't want to waste anything here, so this will be interesting. You know what I can do with this and so forth. So I'm just gonna do that. Oh, I forgot to get my pencils back out of my bag. Oops. So I'm gonna try and edit all of this as I go along with my blenders. Just set these out real quick. I'm sorry if the TikTok video is a little weird. This way I have something for shorts and have something for YouTube. I don't think YouTube lets you do longer videos, but this is Tubi. I'm actually going to use the 0.9, and I lied, these are HB. I believe these are HB. I want to go here and do this. I think I'll do that. Right, and then I'll have like this really long one that I can just play with. Boom. Yeah. So I'll move this like right here. One straight across. I'm not worried about these being perfect or anything. Like I said before, and for TikTok I might do like part 1s or part 2s or anything, but I only have like 30 minutes. Right. Yeah, I kind of just whomped that. I just want to line this up with that. Apply pressure. And I fuck it up. Sorry for the cussing. I think some of this is going to have to be edited. Anyways. Alright. So this will be interesting. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. This is for the 6x6. I don't actually have something for this. This is just something that allows me to fill up the page so I don't feel like I'm wasting space and whatnot. And I actually want to come into this one. I started this one earlier today, and then we went out. I should probably, since I'm coming back, start on something that doesn't matter. What can I talk about? Something that's been going through my head for a little bit is H pencils versus B pencils, and why one is more important, why one is better than the other, and so forth. The harder pencils have more control. These are softer pencil leads that I'm using right now. As you can see, it's harder to control them, but they have more flow. Right, so I might come back to this. Introducing the Kneaded Eraser. Sorry, we went out and I had a bunch of sugary things. So, you get superhero voice. Tomald. Everyone's like, where does the Tomald come from? A friend of mine started calling me on his stream. Man, whatnot. So these are supposed to be trees. Right. So you see like the HBs are softer and are more fluid, and the H's are more controlling, but they're less fluid. And so when you're experimenting, you sort of want that fluidness. So I'm just going through, trying to add stuff, trying to work on things. I think that before I left, I wanted to put another plant in. I was watching someone's YouTube channel, when I saw these. So this is sort of not my idea, and I sort of just copied off of that person. But I thought they looked cool. Right? And sometimes that's really good. I'm going to go back over this anyways, but I've been experimenting with these dark figurednesses. I'll show you in a minute in some of my thumbnails. Right? I think thumbnailing is a really good idea. I really don't like this. Can you tell? Because I'm erasing. So this is supposed to be a sleeping giant. I feel like I'm on the Flintstones. I'm not gonna try to go. These don't have to be perfect. This is not the finished artwork and so forth. I'm sort of just trying to bring thumbnails to life, and I might do a couple more pages like this before I start working on things. This just gives me a chance to bring more stuff to life. Right. Let me show you what I'm trying to do here as I pull up this page. Right, so I really tried to experiment with the scale of the two characters. I thought that was the best way to just show that this is some type of giant that is sleeping and whatnot. And that this figure is so small, he's not even in the light and so forth. I'm also trying to be really careful with any details on the trees. I don't want to take too much away. We can just keep erasing this until we like it. Right. Just bring that down like that. And sort of just think I have this idea that there is like foliage coming off right here. I think this is okay because it is the giant. Well, that just happened. Just set that aside. Right. So we're at 15 minutes now. So at some point, at least we're at 15 minutes on the TikTok. So I think at some point I'm going to have to, maybe speed things up. So on and so forth. There's not too much that is to be done with this. I'm just going to do these strokes. Doosh, doosh, doosh. I need to look up a dude real quick. Because I always forget his name. Tim McBurney. I think is how you pronounce his name, is Bernie. We could go off the page here, but this not going to like fit in the 6x6, right? But I think you get my idea. Like, there's just a bunch of foliage, maybe some roots. This is a giant, so I'm just trying to think of something that will make him look interesting. Real quick. So I plan to do these 30 minutes because I can't upload or I can't render hour-long videos on my computer, right? And I really want to just do like the real-time talk stuff and so on and so forth. So this is kind of where we're at. We really want him to look like his eyes are closed. But I also don't think that this looks like he's sleeping. So, there's that. I still like this one, so we're going to go with it. I like how it is turning out. So on and so forth. So maybe there's more stuff behind him. Right. Definitely gonna think about getting softer pencils or leads, just so I can play around. But all this was done, by the way, with mechanical pencils. And the reason why I bring that up is because so many people like to say, oh, you can't do this with mechanical pencils. You can't do that. And I think the correct answer is you can do it with mechanical pencils. It just, it sort of takes longer and so forth. And they aren't really sharpened. Like, the smaller ones are at a fine point, and the bigger ones aren't. I used to take the time to actually sharpen the bigger ones and so forth. That finer point does go a longer way. I don't know how much detail I technically want to put here. Maybe some grass. I don't think I have a lot of time. And so forth. We're at 20 minutes. And so forth. So I'm going to just play around with this. Obviously. Get this grass in here. This takes so long. It really does. And and whatnot. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Hope you guys like what I'm putting out so far. I might put like some more foliage up here. So on and so forth. I just realized something. The 30 minutes is not for TikTok. The 30 minutes is for YouTube. No, no, the 30 minutes. I'm a dummy. The 30 minutes is because my computer can't render stuff and whatnot. But YouTube won't let you post 30-minute shorts, to my knowledge, that I know so far. So I'm just paying attention to this. My camera, my big camera, cut out. So that's going to be weird on YouTube. There's a lot of missing conversation. I was so busy messing with the phone that I just wasn't paying attention to the bigger camera. And so I don't know what's going to be missing from that and what's not. So we can just maybe do something interesting here. Like right here I did some foliage. Maybe there's a flower here. Right? We can really do what we want now. I don't want there to be too much detail here, so maybe something just quick. Mostly because I'm impatient. But also mostly because I know I don't want to take from this. And I also don't want this to be so busy that it takes away from this. I honestly want our eyes to sort of travel upward to the tree and so forth, and to the giant. Right. And then maybe our eyes rest, like right here, before being led back up to the giant again. I don't know. I try to think of stuff like that when I'm doing stuff like this. Obviously, we're gonna do this shadow thing right here. We can put details in here. I want to try and think of this breathing room. Sometimes I just get impatient, though. Y'all know how that feels, right? But I'm sort of just liking how this is going. This doesn't have to be perfect. I know it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just impatient and want everything to be perfect. Right? We just need to sort of carry on the idea that we set out on the other thumbnails that I didn't record. I put a mushroom in somewhere, and I'm trying to find it now. Where'd it go? I thought it was like up over here somewhere. Was it here? I think it was right here, yeah. That happens to me so frequently. Alright, I just forget my play. And I'm curious, does that like happen to other artists, or is this sort of like an ADD thing? And I'm just in a lonely battle of remembering where I was. I wonder. So obviously, I'm going to speed this up, or just make some 30-minute things up. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I do want to indicate that, hey, this is a shadow. His shadow is kind of being cast right here. Maybe it gets kind of cast right here. You know, because shadow carries. I just bumped you guys. We're at 26 minutes. Making some progress. If I had time, I would come in. Right, with a sharper pencil and get all this. But we are just about out of time. Obviously, you know, I'm going to get some more stuff here. Maybe at 29 minutes, we say, okay, we're done. So I'm bouncing around at this point. I think that this is done. I think that this gives me enough information. And so on and so forth to where I can just go to the next one. And maybe I'll come back and give another pass. Right? It's just like when I bring when I do this in charcoal, I want enough information, because that's really what I'm doing. But the graphite is so much more of a finer, holds so much more of a finer point. It just makes sense to do all my thumbnailing within the graphite, because then I can understand things. Just use this as a reference. All right, 28 minutes. I'm just trying to keep track of the time as much as I can. I'm sorry if that bugs you. Right, don't want too much detail here, but we can just do this. Right? You know, maybe darken that out a little bit. 29 minutes, so I think I'm probably going to call it before we hit 30. Thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you guys think of this. And I will see you guys in the next one when I do this. Yeah. See you guys later.